Hi guys, I am Sharon Tillman coming to you. Just wanting to tell you a little bit about me. I have been married for almost 10 years and we have three amazing children. Now, most of you who know me know that I am an advocate for marriage. I absolutely love marriage and relationships. I love husbands and wives entwining together as one. I love when husbands can operate in their proper roles and wives can operate in their roles. I love when husbands and wives know how to communicate. They even know how to fight. They know how to agree to disagree and still be on the same team. I absolutely love that. But God is steering me a little bit different, and He's given me some different things, and He wants me to share these things with the world. So I am excited to embark on this new journey, and I'm hoping that you guys will come along and embark on this journey with me. I have created this page on Facebook. I am Sharon Tillman. So go and like this page. I also have a page on YouTube. I am Sharon Tillman. And on Instagram, I am Sharon Tillman. Go like and subscribe to the page. I'll put the links in the bottom of this video. But go and like the page, subscribe to the page. Just follow me on Facebook and Instagram and YouTube. I will be doing poll questions every week. I will be doing videos every week. I'll be giving you guys a little bit of what God has given me to give to the world, and I'm excited about it. My poll question for today is going to be, who are you? And I know a lot of you are probably pondering that question and you're like, what do you mean, who am I? I am, what is my name? But that's not what I mean. I mean, who are you? Are you who God has called you to be? Are you becoming who God has called you to be? Are you operating in who God has called you to be? Or are you operating in who you've chosen to be? I know personally for myself, and I know probably for a lot of people out there, when we're younger and we're little girls, we have these dreams of just being what we're going to be when we grow up. Are we going to be a doctor? Are we going to be a lawyer? I'm going to get married. I'm going to have 3 kids. I'm going to have 2 kids. I'm going to have a husband, whatever the case may be, in kind of like a little fairy tale world. But until we know exactly who we are and who God has called us to be, that's not our reality. So I'm happy to say that God has given me this particular purpose that He wants me to just give to the world. And I'm excited to share a lot of the things with you that God has given me, a lot of the things that I've gone through, even in my personal relationship, my personal marriage. I know for me personally, as well as just some of the other marriages that I've had the experiencing of, I've talked to different people. I know I can always see 2 individuals who are just trying to get it together. They're trying to come together. They're trying to find the underlying issue of why they're not operating as husband and wife. And what I found, what God has given me, is they're not operating as husband and wife, not because the underlying issue is in the marriage, but that the underlying issue is in the individual. Who are you? Are you being what God has called you to be? Is it possible for you to go and for you to be able to operate with your husband or operate with your spouse and you don't know who you are as an individual? I know personally for me, out of the 10 years of my marriage, I have not always known who I was. I remember when I married my husband, I can remember being labeled as his wife. I can remember people saying, oh, that's Rodney's wife. Oh, hey, Rodney's wife. A lot of times they didn't even know my name, believe it or not. But they knew that I was Rodney's wife. So 10 years ago when I married him and became a part of him before I ever knew how to be a part of myself, before I knew exactly who I was and who I was called to be. And so I know that I'm not the only one out there. And it's so important, it's so imperative that we as individuals know exactly who we are. How is it possible for us to be the best that we can be in our relationships when we can't be the best that we can be for ourselves? I heard this great man of God who did a marriage study that I was able to just research. And he said, one of the things that he said was being single was one of the greatest titles that anyone could ever have. And I know a lot of times people say, well, who wants to be single? Everybody wants to be married. And I totally understand that. But how is it possible to be married before we know who we are individually? Being single, we have to embrace being single. We have to embrace that place that we're in, that oneness with ourselves. That how can we make someone else happy if we're not happy? How can we get into a situation to be the very best for our husband when we don't know how to be the very best for ourselves? How is that even possible? And we're going through marriage and we're going through life and we're trying to figure out why it's not working. Why is this not working? Why is it not happening? What am I doing wrong? Lord, help my marriage. Lord, bless my marriage. But that's not what God is saying. God is saying, listen, daughter, listen, son, the marriage isn't your issue. I'm trying to get you to know who you are. I'm trying to get you to know who I've called you to be, exactly who I've chosen for you to be. I know personally for me, and I'll use myself because I have a book coming out. I'm so excited to share that news with you guys. I am working on my book. It'll be coming out in the latter part of the year. I am super excited for you guys to read it, entitled Pain for Purpose. And in this book, I'm going to give you guys a lot of my story. I'm going to give you guys my journey. And I know there are a lot of people out there who are probably going to watch this video and you're probably going to say, oh, I know her. But trust me, you don't know the in-depthness that I'm going to have in that book. That book is going to reveal some things that people didn't know about Sharon. The book is going to reveal things that Sharon didn't even know about Sharon until Sharon became who God had chose her to be, until I got into that place, until I really was able to learn who I was and to really embark on who God has chosen me to be. So I'm excited to say, go get the book when the book comes out. There'll be more on the book coming up, of course. But it's going to tell a lot of my story. It's going to tell a lot of things about me, a lot of things that I've experienced in my childhood, a lot of things that I experienced in my adulthood, things that I've experienced in my marriage. It's even going to talk about things that I experienced in some of my personal friendships. And believe it or not, every relationship that you have is impacted when you don't know who you are. So this book is going to tell so much of me. It's going to tell so much of my story. It's going to let you guys in a part of me that you didn't know. And I'm being transparent. I'm able to be this transparent about who I am, who I now am, who I have become according to God versus who I had chosen to be. I always say that we choose to be something. We all have chosen what we wanted to do in life, but until we obey God and we get in that place with God to be who God has called us to be, none of that really matters. So I'm excited to embark on this new journey, and I'm so excited for all of you followers who are going to go along with me. There's so many marriage counselors and so many marriage mentors out there that I know that God has called to do exactly what it is that they're doing, and I'm excited for them. But I'm not here to take their audience. I know that God has already given an audience to me for people, for women especially, who needs to know who they are. Your husband is not going to make you who you are. Because you get married, because you say I do, because you choose to wear your white dress and you have your perfect wedding, even if you choose to have kids, that's not going to make you who you are. You're not going to fully come into yourself. You're not going to fully come into who you've been called to be until you surrender to God and say, God, I'm ready to be who you've chosen me to be. So I'm happy to say that after 32 years of life, I have chosen to be who God has called me to be. And I now know exactly who I am. And I'm excited to say that. And I'm excited to help a lot of you get there. There will be poll questions every single day, every single week that'll come. I'll have questions put up. There'll be videos. God has given me so much to say. He's given it to me, in fact, in like a series. So it'll be coming out. There'll be videos coming every single week. I'm not a live person, but I will probably go live sometime so that you guys will be able to just jump on. You'll be able to ask your questions. You'll be able to chime in. You'll be able to just really get into the video, get into the question, whatever the question is for that week. I really want to help you guys get to that place that God is calling you to get to. I didn't choose this path. God chose this path for me. And I'm excited to accept what he's giving me. I've done my studies. I've done my research, as well as for my own personal experience. And now God is saying, Sharon, it's time for you to give what I've given. So now I am able to just let the world know what it is that I've been doing. I know I've done conferences, a lot of things with marriage in the past. I went to school for psychology because I really wanted to get into the in-depthness of marriage and relationship and the mind and how they all entwine together, how everything works together. But God didn't want me to start there. He wanted me to start with the individual. So I'm grateful and I'm happy to say that individually, you need to know who you are. So I'm here to help that girl become that woman, to help that girl know who she is, to know exactly what God has called her to be before she says I do, before she accepts that proposal, before she decides to get into that committed relationship, looking for love, looking for definement, looking for validation, looking for someone to make her feel like this is who she is. I'm here for you. I'm here for that individual so that I can assist you in helping you, as God has not only helped me, but he's giving me the tools. He's given me the essential tools and things that I need to give to you. So I'm excited about that, guys. So again, go and like my page. I am Sharon Tillman on Facebook. I am Sharon Tillman on Instagram. I am Sharon Tillman on YouTube. Everything that's on YouTube will also be on Facebook. So I would love for you guys to go and like and subscribe. I will put the links at the bottom of this video, but go like and subscribe and just look forward to everything that I have coming, as well as the book. Again, I have the book coming out. The book is coming out. I don't want to release the date yet. But I am excited that I do have one and that it's going to be coming out really, really soon. And so I'm excited about that. I'm excited about all that God has entrusted me with, all that he's given me. I'm very excited about it. And I am excited to share it with you all. I'm excited to share it with the world. I'm excited to share it with that assigned audience that God has already given me. So I'm excited to just be able to impact and to empower women all over. I am so excited to be able to help you along your way. There also will be a 9th edition coming out. It's like a small book that's going to give you like tools and essentials and some things that God has given me. I don't know if that's going to be for purchase or if that's going to be just something that I give away. It could come with the book, just something that you get free with the book when you purchase the book, or it could be something that I just randomly give away now, make it available to you to be able to go and get, because that will be ready prior to the book release. So so I'm excited about that as well. I'm just excited about everything that God is doing. He is doing some amazing things. And I'm telling you, when you decide to walk for Him, when you decide to work for Him, when you decide to surrender and just be obedient to Him, things will start to line up and things will come into fruition. And you'll be able to live out your total purpose, your total destiny for being. And so I'm excited to say that I am now living out my purpose, doing exactly what it is that God has called me to do. So again, go like my page on Facebook. I am Sharon Tillman. I am Sharon Tillman on Instagram. I am Sharon Tillman on YouTube. Go like and subscribe and just look out for everything that is to come. Hashtag, who are you?